My name is Valeria, I'm 29 years old, and my life has been shaped by profound heartache. It was during my college years that I met Sergio, my first love and life partner. His energy, charisma, and honesty captivated me from the moment we crossed paths in the campus cafe. However, over time, that happiness began to fade. Sergio, always upfront, openly shared stories of his past, recounting his experiences with other women before me. Initially, I accepted that part of his history, believing that everything he had been through had shaped him into the passionate man I loved. But gradually, those stories sowed seeds of insecurity within me. I started feeling inadequate, constantly measuring myself against the women he had been with before. Doubt and resentment took root, pushing me to seek validation elsewhere. That escape came in the form of Manuel, a new colleague whose presence was impossible to ignore. Manuel had a warm smile, an unwavering confidence, and a way of listening that made me feel seen and appreciated. It all started with casual compliments. "Valeria, I admire the way you view the world," he once told me as our conversations grew deeper. What began as simple exchanges soon turned into something more intimate. Coffee after work became stolen moments in which I briefly rediscovered the vibrant, desirable woman I once was. During those encounters, Manuel seemed to erase the monotony and emotional weight I carried at home. His attention and words made me forget my guilt, even if only for a moment. Yet, with each lingering gaze and heartfelt conversation, I found myself torn between two realities. On one side was Sergio, my husband and the man I had built a once genuine and promising love story with. On the other was the temptation of the forbidden, Manuel, who provided the validation I so desperately craved. The endless comparisons between Sergio's past lovers and myself drove me to seek experiences that matched the intensity one thought was necessary to feel whole. The tension reached its peak one evening when, after a long day at work, Manuel invited me for a drink. The dimly lit bar, the soft music, and the atmosphere of quiet intimacy set the stage for a conversation laced with unspoken desires. In a secluded corner, Manuel confessed his feelings, telling me that there was something about me capable of changing the world. His words, both thrilling and dangerous, stirred a mix of excitement and fear within me. At the end of the night, Manuel offered to drive me home. A couple of drinks in, I felt uninhibited. The moment we got into his car, it happened. Overcome by the adrenaline of the moment, I gave in to temptation and, for the first time, betrayed Sergio. When I returned home, reality hit me like a wave. Sergio, immersed in his usual routine and preparing our favorite dinner, suspected nothing. Yet, my mind replayed every moment with Manuel. For days, I tried convincing myself that it had been a one-time mistake, a fleeting lapse in judgment that didn't define who I was. But every time Sergio mentioned his past, the obsessive need to measure up resurfaced. That relentless urge pushed me back toward Manuel, convincing me that only he could fill the void I felt inside. Things spiraled further when Manuel invited me to a party. As I stood in front of the mirror, an internal battle raged within me. The desire to let go and embrace the moment clashed with the guilt gnawing at my conscience. The party's lively atmosphere, the laughter, the dim lights, it all blurred my fears. Step by step, I walked further into dangerous territory. Between deep conversations and stolen glances, Manuel drew closer, and the tension became unbearable. After the party, he took me to his apartment, and there, the inevitable unfolded. Yet what once seemed like an escape, a promise of validation, quickly turned into an empty encounter, devoid of the passion I had longed for, leaving only guilt and regret in its wake. That night changed me. When I got home and looked at my reflection, I saw a shattered woman, one who had not only betrayed Sergio's love, but had also lost sight of herself. I knew I couldn't keep hiding the truth, so I made the agonizing choice to confess everything to Sergio. Over a dinner filled with silence and tears, I laid everything bare, my insecurities, the weight of his past, the temptation of Manuel, and my desperate need for validation. The words left my lips between sobs, but the pain in Sergio's eyes spoke louder than anything I could say. That conversation marked the beginning of the end. The betrayal fractured the trust and love we had built, and Sergio, devastated, walked away. One by one, the consequences unfolded: my family's disappointment, my friends' distance, and the growing strain at work. Loneliness settled into every corner of my existence, and guilt became my relentless shadow. In the depths of my pain, I embarked on a difficult journey of self-reflection and therapy. I filled pages of my journal, searching for meaning in my choices and learning from my mistakes. Though I tried to mend things with Sergio, the damage was beyond repair. Meanwhile, Manuel persisted, sending messages, leaving notes, tempting me to slip back into our destructive cycle. The breaking point came when he invited me out again, offering a way to escape my stress for just one evening. We both knew what that meant. Despite every effort to resist, I accepted. That night played out like the ones before, fleeting pleasure mixed with unbearable shame. When I got home, my reflection confirmed what I had feared most: I had become unrecognizable, trapped in a cycle of self-destruction. Realizing that I had lost something irreplaceable, Sergio's love, I finally decided to take responsibility for my actions. Today, I am trying to rebuild my life with the help of therapy and the support of a few loyal friends. I have learned that redemption is a painful, slow journey, but not an impossible one. My story serves as a warning for those who seek validation at the cost of what truly matters. It's not about chasing fleeting highs to numb the pain, but about learning to love and accept yourself from within. Now, I turn to you. Have you ever found yourself caught between the need for validation and the fear of losing something precious? Do you believe redemption is possible after making such devastating mistakes? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.